Okay, so this is the CLUP Chapter 1 review questions. We're up to question 6. So the first one, Dave works in the hospitality industry and earns $28.50 for a 38-hour week and is entitled to an annual leave loading of 17.5% for a maximum of 4 weeks' pay. So calculate first of all Dave's monthly income. So that's as simple as doing your $28.50 per hour times 38 hours per week. That's going to give him his weekly pay. And then, of course, timesing that by... Now, we can't times it by 4, as we've discussed before, because there's not exactly 4 weeks in a month. So we'd need to turn it into an annual income first. So I'm going to times it by 52 weeks in a year. That will give me my annual income. And then once I've got that, I can then divide it by 12. Don't get stressed about how you record that. I can do that in one string and then go divide by 12 to get my annual income. Or I could have, and I often prefer to see it this way, I could have done it as a fraction and go divided by 12. People get a little bit worried about how they do it. It doesn't matter, and in this case with BIMDAS, it will make no difference either. BIMDAS is something you do need to pay very careful attention to in this course. If I have plus signs anywhere, then I must start using brackets and doing things. But otherwise, in this case, when I'm just multiplying and dividing, it actually doesn't make any difference. So in this case, I would wind up with a monthly income, once you've put all that into your calculator, of $4,693. Then it asks you to calculate Dave's holiday loading. Well, but be careful again with these questions. In this case, it's just the loading that we're looking for, so it's just a percentage of style question. So we're looking for 17.5% of his income for 4 weeks. And again, 4 weeks is not exactly a month. So what we've calculated in the previous question is a monthly income, but we just want 4 straight weeks. So what we're going to do is the $28.50 times the 38 hours per week. That's going to give me how much he earns in 1 week. I would then times that by 4, because it will be exactly 4 weeks that he's allowed to get the bonus pay for. And once I've got that amount, and again, I don't need to calculate it first, I can just carry on through my equation. If you want to calculate it first, you can, and that would give you his normal pay for 4 weeks. If you did that, and then you're just going to be timesing it by your 17.5%. Now don't forget again that you need to use that as a decimal, so you're going to times that as 0.175. If you are rubbish with those things and you still haven't quite got your head around it, then always remember it's your percentage, so in this case 17.5, and whatever your percentage is, you're just always dividing it by 100. What that effectively means, if you need to do it mentally, is that you're moving that decimal. I've got 2 zeros, and therefore I moved that decimal 2 places, and so that's where that 0.175 came from. Important that you have those, because at times you'll need to do these calculations mentally, and you would need to use something like the Arabic multiplication method. For most people is the easiest way to then do that. Okay, so that would give us an answer for his holiday leave loading of $758.10. In question C, it says Dave's allowed 5 weeks annual leave, so calculate his total holiday pay if he takes the 5 weeks holiday. Now this is partially a trick question, because earlier in the question it says for a maximum of 4 weeks. So he's only going to get that bonus pay, the loading, for 4 of those weeks, and the 5th week is just going to get paid normally. So we would do the same kind of thing again, so we'd get his weekly pay, and if I'd already written that down, it would have saved me doing this 28.50 times 38 continuously, but it doesn't matter. So you get his weekly pay, you're going to times that by 5, because he's got 5 weeks of leave, and then plus the bonus, which is, as I say, only going to be calculated on the 4 weeks, so that's the number we calculated in the earlier question. Pardon me. And that's going to give you his total pay for those 5 weeks, which would give me $6,173.10 all up. Okay, question 7. Jason's normal hourly rate of pay is $13.60. Last week, Jason worked 38 hours at the normal rate, 6 hours at time and a half, and 5 hours at double time. So you're just going to process all of that. Often they'll give you the actual hours and you need to work out how much of it is overtime and whatnot. In this case, they've been a bit more generous. So $13.60 per hour times 38 hours is the amount that he's going to earn under normal pay. He then did 6 hours at time and a half. So 6 times, time and a half is literally just 1.5 times the hourly rate. So again, I don't need to work out the hourly rate first. I can just do it all as one equation. So 1360 is his normal rate, timesing that 1 by half, so that's his time and a half amount there. And he did 6 hours of those, so I'd put that through as my 6. And he also did 5 hours at double time, so again 5 hours times 2 times his normal rate, and that will give me his double time amount. So if we were to process all of those, and I don't think I have on the side, so I'll just do that now. I could leave this to do that, I suppose. We'll bring it through. So 1360. It doesn't matter how you show this, as long as you show that you've done all this. It doesn't actually matter whether you actually, I'm just going to leave you to do that, and you're going to add it all up. It doesn't actually matter if you show it like I have, or if you did it as one continuous sort of equation, and instead of putting equals there, you then went plus and then add the next bit and so on. That doesn't matter as long as you show some kind of working and then you show a final answer. As I say, once I've got these 3 numbers, I'm then going to add them all together to give me a final total. And don't forget to do those. That's often people do the hard work and miss their marks because they haven't completed the question. Okay, question 8. Alice works in a real estate office and she's paid $684.45 a week. Calculate Alice's monthly wage and annual wage. So again, if we're dealing with weekly pay, it's actually easier to do the annual wage first and then divide it by 12 to get that monthly wage, because again, they're looking for you to fall into that trap of just timesing the weekly pay by 4. So to get the annual wage, $684.45, and I would have times that by 52, because there's 52 weeks in the year. And have I done that somewhere already? I think I had. So I'll just pop that in my calculator. 864 times 45 times 52. That would give me an annual pay of $35,591. My calculator says 0.4, but as I keep saying, it needs to be money, so it's dollars and cents. So you need to put that 0 on there to indicate that you've acknowledged that you understand that it is money, dollars and cents. So that's the annual pay. Once I've got that, I would then divide that by 12 to bring me back to my monthly pay. So in my working here, I would probably show my 35,591.40, show that I've done that, divide it by 12, and that gives me the 2,965.95. It's a good idea to always show your working, because if you accidentally just do something silly, we can see that you actually understood the process and you'll get your follow-through marks. Now, C says Alice's rate of pay increases by 3.12% as a result of changes in the cost of living. Calculate her new weekly wage. So this is a percentage increase. There's 2 ways you can do this. You could find 3.12% of her pay and then add it on. But generally in this course, they prefer that you use a multiplier. So we would go 684.45. Because it's a percentage increase, I'm always timesing by a multiplier, as the word multiplier would indicate. For a percentage increase, it's always 1 plus the percentage as a decimal. And don't forget, if you're still not good with doing that, just put your percentage down, do the divide by 100. You can do this sort of almost by rote. And hopefully down the track, you'll recognise that whole bracket would wind up being 1.0312 is what you're going to be timesing by. I'll just put that into my calculator. So 684.45 times 1.0312 would give me a new pay of $705.80. And again, my actual answer was 0.8048, yada, yada, yada. And so I need to round that appropriately for full marks. Okay, question 9. Leon's annual salary is $86,580. He's paid monthly. For June, the end of the financial year, he is paid his normal monthly salary plus a bonus of 4.5% of his annual salary. So here, to working out his pay for January, first of all, I'd get his normal pay. So 86,580 is his annual. So divided by 12 will give me how much he's going to get paid per month. So that would be his normal June pay. And then plus, he's also going to get the extra 4.5% of his annual salary. So 86,580 to get that bonus. I'm timesing it by, and I'm not increasing his pay by that 4.5%. In this case, I'm just adding on that bonus. So times, I want 4.5% of. So times 0.045. And this part of the equation is giving me his bonus. And the first part, of course, is giving me his normal pay. And then I can just process that through and away we go. So I'll leave you to do that. Okay. Okay, question 10. Floor sander earns $26.70 per hour and receives an allowance of $37.80 per day for working in dusty conditions. If he works for 7.5 hours each weekday, weekdays being Monday through to Friday, calculate his total weekly income. So he's doing $26.70 per hour times 7.5 hours, because that's how many he's doing each day, plus that, and that would give me my pay per day. And then he's doing that weekdays, so that's 5 days a week. So that's how much he's going to earn from his normal wages. And then plus he's also going to get his $26.70, oops, sorry, no decimal there. Plus he's also going to get his, 38, I'm reading my numbers in the wrong spot. So plus he's also going to get his daily allowance. So that was $37.80 per day. And again, that was for 5 days, so times 5. And that would give you your thing. And again, it doesn't matter. When I show my working, I could have shown each of those calculations, so the daily pay or the weekly pay first, and then I could have shown the allowance separately. It doesn't actually matter which way you go, as long as you show the working, so we can see you've considered both of them, and then process that calculation and put your answer in. Okay, 11. The award for annual leave loading is 17.5% of a week's normal pay for a maximum of 4 weeks. And the reason they say for a normal pay, so what often happens in these questions is that they will give you